Now we're waiting for the second group to come up the hill, and they should get their start here momentarily. And that of course, is going to be the second half of our field. As they get the green flag, and off they go. And already the 36 car of Joe Moser already has about a 5-car length lead over Dave Palford here. Although it's STU, STR battle, Moser's just walking away with it. So Bob, leaders should be coming to you.
They are past me now, Mike. Duke Kessler, Mark Bowden, and then Bill Collins. Or Bill Collins, I'm not Bill Collins. Not Bill Collins. He's busy singing in England right now.
I was going to say driver, not the drummer.
Right. That's something right there. All right, here's the number 70 car at 45. This has brought you about 4 car length difference. Yeah, that's mitigating. Carousel right now, as I look on back, our first back is past me and headed down to the carousel. Back to you, Bob. All right, our second back going through right now. Joe Moser already the measure of the field. He's got about 30 car lengths on our second place in that thing, and they are coming under the bridge. Yes, Bob, and you weren't kidding. The number 36 and number 40. That is a substantial amount. He's back about number 25. That's pretty fast. And looking on back, it's looking like they're spread out pretty quick. Back to you, Mike.
All right, we've got a yellow flag, a waving yellow flag down at Canada Quarter. Apparently somebody has already gone off down there, so we'll have to check that out and see what's going on. The 119 of Angelica Spray, she was on pit road, pulled back out. I don't know if she came back on the track or not. If she did, she's going to be in dead last place. Now, Tim Kesman, Mark Bowden go by, about 2 car lengths separating them. Kesman in the lead. Joe Koenig and Joe Bowden have both got around Bill Collins in that Corvette. So move Koenig up to 3rd. Bowden to 4th, drop Bill Collins back to 5th. Then it's Pat Womack, Aaron Kaplan, Ryan Sajowski, Thomas Herb, and John Snyder rounding out the top 10 as our race leaders are around turn 1. And Bob, you're going to see the Kesman and Bowden show coming to you in just a few seconds.
The 119 forward did take it back onto the track.
Okay, cool.
Looking forward to that, Mike and Tim, as we are looking for Tim Kesman to come up over through the Marine Fleet and into the speed trap. 138 miles an hour, and here they are. Tim Kesman, Mark Bowden, nose to tail, about a car length, I guess. Then you go 3 car lengths back to car number 70, Joe Koenig. 2 car lengths back to car 45, Joe Bowden. And then things settle out after that. They're under the bridge. This is going to be a quick one, guys. Tim, they're over to you already. You're right, Bob. About 10 car lengths difference in between that 46 and number 70. Looking on back here, 4 car lengths, 109, 14, 78 car, 6 down.
All right, our race leaders are going now through the carousel. I am waiting. We have 2 cars yet I'm waiting to see come by here, and that would be Angelica Spray and Danny Stain. And if Spray comes by, that means one thing. Danny Stain is the car down outside of turn 12 that went off the track, and his weekend in this car will just be shot.
I saw the 119 go past me, but he said an hour pulling off pit road, so I don't believe it's
all right. Nope, there goes the 119 now, so it's down there, right outside of Canada Corner. So it's Kesman and Bowden. The Bob, I'm going to send it over to you.
Our second group is kind of settling in and going under the Corvette bridge. Joe Moser, again, walking exactly up with the back end of our first group already. So he's got probably a good 35 or 40 car lengths between himself and the rest of his race group. Tim?
Yeah, I'm going to jump in here real quick. Mark Bowden goes to driver's right, going after Tim Kesman down the front stretch to take the overall lead here. So, as they go down into turn 1, let's take a look. Mark Bowden is your new race leader by about a car length and a half over Tim Kesman as they go around turn number 1. heading down. They've got about a 12-car length lead to over Koenig and Bowden and Collins. Going around turn number 2. It is Mark Bowden by a car length now over Tim Kesman as Kesman comes right up on his lead bumper. Bob, it's going to be a close one with Bowden in the lead over Kesman coming to you.
As you're looking for Bowden to come through the Marine sweep and into the speed trap, 136 miles an hour, and there he is. Mark Bowden followed very closely by Tim Kesman. Kesman just seems content right now. It's about a car length behind him, but it's a good 10 car length before they get to car number 45 with Joe Bowden, and then Joe Koenig and Bill Collins. And then the guys are separating out a little bit. Under the Corvette bridge and over to Tim.
All right, the number 46, Mark Bowden, and Tim Kesman in that over number 45. Making their way down to number 8. Looking on back here. Making their way back. Now, number 78. So now we're here on Amber Lassie. To Rachel Williamson, the T3. Making the way towards number 8.
All right, and that race here with Jason Newt and Brett Williams in T3. Let's throw James Barone there also for the top of the T3. He's only 1 second behind Brett Williams. So that T3 battle still looking pretty good there for the top 3 spots. First spot in that order is Daniel Williams, about almost 4 seconds back. Race leaders now, they're coming down in the Canada corner. It is still Mark Bowden, about 2 car lengths ahead of Tim Kesman. So we have a chance here. Let's go back a little bit. Bring up 30 here with Kevin Fryer. 20th overall. He's a T4 leader. He's got about a 6-second lead over Robert Spence in T4, but Spence has to fight Brian Laughlin for that second spot in T4. And then let's see, STU Joe Moser moving up to 30. He's 29th overall. But he's got a huge, substantial lead now over Jorge Nazario, who's back in 39th. So, Mark Bowden goes by, Tim Kesman goes by. Then it's Joe Bowden in third, Collins got around Joe Koenig. Move him up to fourth, Joe Koenig back to fifth. Bowden and Kesman, it's now about 3 car lengths. Advantage Bowden as he's pulling away a little bit. He just ran the fastest lap in the race in a 2:29.3. Kesman ran a 2:33. So 1 full second advantage for Mark Bowden. He's around turn 2, and he's headed towards the Sargento Bridge, which means he's coming right at Bob's wheel.
Bringing that cheese from Sargento right on down to turn 5. It's Mark Bowden coming through at 137 miles an hour. Tim Kesman right behind him by about a car length. It is a good 10-15 car length, pretty much as he was to Joe Bowden. And then another 15 or 20 car lengths back to that Corvette. Number 63 of Bill Collins. Then you've got Joe Koenig and Patrick Womack following up with him. And that is the top of breakaways there.
Okay, down to turn 8 as the race leaders are coming out of the lead right now. I look on back, and I don't know what's going on with the number 18 car. He's waiting to pass there. He's down the back straight here. He's turn number 7 and turn number 8. Not sure if he has power. He's along pretty good. We'll have to keep his eyes on his light as making the way here still now.
All right, the 18, Aaron Kaplan running in 7th. Good. Keep an eye on that. Comment about Mark Bowden hauling the cheese. I tell you, if Mark Bowden is delivering cheese, you're guaranteed to get it fresh.
He's also hauling freight, so he's moving and grooving there.
Well, I'll tell you, going to the corner, he's got about a car length and a half lead over Tim Kesman. But look out, gentlemen, Joe Bowden is only about 8 car lengths back, and he is coming on strong. Through the third Mitchell Bend, over through 13. It is Bowden now about 2 full car lengths, maybe a little bit more over Kesman. Bowden closing in on both of them around 14. Bowden drops back about a car length, and that is it. There comes Bill Collins, about 15 car lengths back behind Bowden. They continue down the front stretch. Mark Bowden, 2:29.9. Kesman, 2:29.9. Joe Bowden, 2:29.3. Fastest lap of the race. Bill Collins is a 2:31, so he's actually falling off the pace a little bit more. Womack starting to close in the last, losing a little bit to Collins. Koenig in fifth. Now, as our race leaders, it is still Bob Burton, Tim Kesman. They are starting to come up to the back of the field here, Bob. They're going to start catching traffic. They have got Angelica Spray in their sight.
Well, we know that she was kind of got out late and kind of got in some trouble early. So, yeah, I see them coming down through. Angelica, they're struggling to the brakes to get around her. Got that stuff squared away. Mark Bowden, Jim Kesman get by. Finally, Joe Bowden gets by at the apex of turn 5, and they're onto the bridge. Angelica Spray now onto the bridge, and all of them are over to you, Jim.
All right, Mark Bowden, you're on the
Coming on back to that number 5, Joe Bowden, in that T2. He's got about a 15-car length distance in between Kesman and himself. Bill Collins in the number 63, holding back at number 4. Looking all back here, the number 61, Thomas Earl, Gregory Shermer, and the 129, taking the lead out for number 8, Michael. Mike.
You said, Michael, who are you talking to?
Sorry.
Don't worry about it, dude. Just bust your chops. All right, coming through the kink, it is Mark Bowden with about a 2-car length lead over Tim Kesman, about 7 car lengths back to Joe Bowden in third. As they come down through Kettle Mountain, heading towards Canada Corner. It is still Mark Bowden, Tim Kesman. No change in at all there. Still about a car length and a half now. Kesman slowly wheeling in a couple feet at a time. Right over to Bill Mitchell Bend. Still, Mark Bowden has that lead. And he goes through there now through turn 13. It is still Mark Bowden, Tim Kesman behind it by about a car length and a half. As they come up and set up for 14. Hit that turn 14, into the straight stretch, and now is no horsepower. Up that long straight road with the hood, right at the beginning of it. As we now come down the front stretch, it's Mark Bowden. He crosses the line. Tim Kesman about 3 car lengths back. Kesman runs the fastest lap in the race at a 2:29.074. Picked up only 3/10 on Bowden. It's still about 2 car lengths separating as they go into turn number 1. Now, it looks like Joe Bowden is really starting to fall off the pace here as he is now back by about 15 car lengths. So we're turning on but it's T2 with Bowden and Kesman, and that's how it's going to look. And we're going to send that down to Bob in that order of Bowden and Kesman, and then we'll start looking at the rest of the field here in a minute.
All right, so we've got Bowden, Kesman, Bowden, Collins, and Womack. It's the 5 as they come down through the speed zone at 142 miles an hour. Mark Bowden followed very closely by Tim Kesman by a car length and a half. It's about 12 to 14 car lengths back to Joe Bowden, who seems to be falling a little bit off the pace. It looks like Tim Kesman is trying to make a move onto the Corvette Bridge on Mark Bowden. Tim, pick it up because that looks like it may stick.
You know, Bob, I think it is going to try and stick. He tucked it back in there, coming right out of there. And no, I thought he was going to try and there, but no, he's coming right back in. About a car length separates them going into turn number 8. He got back about 2 car lengths, and they're getting ready to head into turn number 8 to the carousel, I'm sorry. And then move on back about another 10, 12 car lengths. That's where Bowden sits. Mike?
All right, as our leaders are going through the carousel, let's look at the rest of the field for a moment. Over in STL, David Kapler has an 8.9-second lead over Greg Moser. As I just had back 2 pounds over 80 mils, Spencer Clark, Jake Hinton rounds out your top 5 in STL. In STU, Joe Moser has already, from what I'm seeing here, has lapped Thomas Wagner. So he's got a 1-minute lead on Thomas Wagner in second. I think it's already a third, which is T2, we know that's Mark Bowden, Tim Kesman, Joe Bowden, Bill Collins, Patrick Womack. Nothing has changed in the top 5 in T2. T3, Brett Williams has a 4.6-second lead over Jason Knudsen. James Berlin in third, 9/10 back from Knudsen. Luca Mars in fourth, Daniel Williams in fifth. In T4, Kevin Fryer is your leader by 7.7 seconds over Brian Laughlin. Come back another 3.2 seconds to Sergio Slobin in third. Richard Dickey in fourth, Ralph Porter in fifth, and that is basically your race update right now. So let's take a minute here, and or a few seconds I should say, and call our next race group to the grid. Attention attention in the pit paddock. First call to the grid for race group number 7, Formula Atlantic and Prototype 1. Again, first call to the grid for race group 7, Formula Atlantic and Prototype 1. First call to the grid. Race leaders should be coming down to top steel right about now.
And we're looking for them right now. 136 miles an hour is the 142, 120 right now. So we got race leaders having a tough in here. Mark Moser getting caught up in some traffic. Didn't think he had to go think. Well, Vince Kesman decides that the grass is just as good a racing surface. And he goes driver's right coming out of 5 and going up onto the Corvette bridge. And Joe Moser and then Bill Collins coming up, taking a long way around in his Corvette. Over to you, Tim.
All right, that is kind of interesting, Bob. But anywho, there is having some live traffic over here on line 5. That's coming out of 7, one down into turn number 8. Someone had the passenger tires off into the dust, kicked up a little dust down there, but everything's fine over here. Right.
Well, I'll tell you what I was watching Burton coming down towards Bob. He was flashing those lights like a cop trying to pull somebody over, letting those slower cars go. He was coming, and he wasn't going to slow down either. All right, Burton and Kesman, Elkhart Lake and King, they're heading down to Canada Bottoms over towards Canada Corner. Let's take a look. I get a better camera shot here what the difference is. Coming into turn 12, it's about a 2-car length advantage from Mark Burton over Tim Kesman. We have 7 laps to go. Once these guys cross the line, it'll be 6, so we are past the half. Series Burton Kesman, they are coming into out of turn 13 right now, coming up to turn 12 or 14. As they make that right-hand turn around the corner, it's about 3, maybe 4 car lengths down for Burton. We lost out to Tim Kesman yesterday. He wants it back today, and he keeps it going. He might have it. At the line, it's now 5 car lengths, easily, maybe 6. Mark Burton, 1.1 second over Tim Kesman. Joe Burton falling back to 4.9 seconds behind him. But as these guys get down to turn 1, they are now mixed in with some slower traffic again, and another group ahead of them at turn 2. So, Washington Beltway, here comes Burton and Kesman. They're going to have to get through it. Bob, they're coming under his head, get their bridge and bringing you the keys.
I'm pretty cheesy on my own here.
Yeah,
So we're looking, okay, all right. So we're looking at speeds here of 140 miles an hour as Moser and Kesman come into the braking zone for 5. They compress down to about 3 car lengths, down to about 2 car lengths. It's 2 car lengths as they come on the exit of 5. Going back a little further, Joe Moser hung up in traffic, 2 plumber cars that he's lapping, then looked in behind a little bit. He's under the bridge, and over to you, Tim.
The traffic's not looking very much better over here. They're going to be hitting traffic in the four-way. Burton, he is thundering down. He does great. Turn up to 8. He makes it successfully. Thank goodness. Turn 4 car lengths separate Burton and Kesman right now going into the carousel.
all right, as they go through the carousel, they are probably going to catch those other 2 cars, probably around Kettle Bottoms. Hopefully they can get around it before they get to Canada Corner. 38 car just came on the pit road. And let's see, that's Daniel Williams, the T3 driver, dropping from 18th place. He is going to lose a lot of track position. The race leaders are coming through into Kettle Bottoms right now, down to Canada Corner. They still have Burton's not passing. It's by one of the slower cars in 12. He pulls over drivers left, opens it up for Kesman to get by him. Kesman now only about a car length behind Burton as they come up through turn number 13. They got through most of those cars rather easily, and now they're coming up on another one right at turn 14. But as they do that, it slows down Burton. Kesman is right on Burton's tail. They are around 13, coming up the straightaway, up the hill. They both go drivers right. That slower car stays in that straight line to let the leaders by. As they cross the start-finish line, it's about a car length and a half advantage for Mark Burton. The Burton's on drivers left. Kesman is over on drivers right. Wonder if Kesman's going to try to make a move going into turn number 1. Now Burton cuts back across the bow of Kesman, takes that apex, back in front by about 2 car lengths over Tim Kesman. Going into turn number 2. Burton has the lead. There's a couple cars ahead of him. It's now about, let's say about a car length and a half as there is another slow car that's ready to catch right by the Sargento Bridge. Bob, over to you.
All right, so we're looking forward to seeing what the Moser and Kesman are doing with the slower traffic as they come up on it, and they're going to be seeing more and more of that as they come closer. Now, here is Moser. Here is Kesman. They've got both around. Kesman and short circuit on turn 5. Both still ahead of it by about 3 car lengths as they go onto the bridge, about 10 car lengths back to go. Tim, they're over to you, buddy.
All right, maintaining about 8 car lengths this is now. Number 1 is Kesman, 6 inches, and he's unseasonable, but they're going to be hitting traffic again. I don't know where they're going with the plan is, but here at 5 laps to go, they're going to be having to dodge this traffic, and Mike, they're going to carousel down.
All right, they are definitely in the carousel. They're only about 20 car lengths behind 2 other slower cars, but they will be lapping here shortly. And again, they better get around it because they keep touching cars down there in Canada Corner. That is all good at Tim Kesman if Bowden can't get by him at the right spot. Now, coming down through Kettle Bottoms, they are approaching those 2 slower cars. And again, Bowden starts flashing those headlights saying, hey, dudes, I'm coming. They are coming into Canada Corner right now. They get around, they get up to the second car in the line. And again, that car stays and drives the L. He cuts back across in front of Bowden. Tim Kesman goes off, 2 tires off at 12. Pulls it back on the track, but he has lost some track position now. And now he gets back on, and now he is side by side with Bowden as they go into turn 14. It is side by side. Now Kesman has to drop back in behind Bowden. They will finally get around that first car. I'm sure Bowden and Kesman are not happy with that move as they come over the top of the hill and down the front stretch. And now the 37 pulls over and lets our leaders by, but it was the 113 car that kind of got in the way there and held up our race leaders as they head down into turn number 1. It is still Bowden with about a 2 car length lead over Tim Kesman. Attention to pit paddock, attention to pit paddock. Race Group 7, this is your second call to the grid. Formula Atlantic and Prototype 1. Again, Race Group 7, Formula Atlantic, Prototype 1, this is your second call to the grid. Bob, leaders coming to you.
Looking forward to them coming through the marine sweep and into the speed trap. Checking to see what kind of miles are going. It's 141, 142 as Mark Moser and Tim Kesman still about a car length, maybe a car length and a half apart as they come through turn 5. It compresses down a little bit in the braking zone, and once they get out of turn 5, he reaches 2 car lengths, and they're under the bridge. Get over to Tim.
All right, about 3 car lengths, 4 car lengths separate the 46 and the 31, and they kind of got the track wide open at this point in time for a good while. Last time, but might catch some here a little bit in the next lap. So as we're making our way into the carousel now, I look going back here, and we got the number 63 and the number 20, and that would be Patrick Coleman and Joe Wallace making their way down to the number 8 now, Mike.
All right, coming out of the carousel, Tim Kesman is right on the rear bumper of Mark Bowden. They're coming down now into the kick. Bowden has the advantage, dropping back about a half a car length. Tim Kesman. They are on Kettle Bottoms, a little bit of an S-turn on the backstretch. And Bowden running right down the middle of the track. Kesman a little more to driver's left. Kesman stepping out now, coming into the Canada Corner. Not close enough to make it right behind Bowden. As they come out of the Canada Corner, they're going to build pitch with them. Kesman still about a car length behind. As they come up to 13, now there are 3 slower cars that they are going to be catching here on the front stretch. As they come around, well, maybe not the front stretch. As they come around 14, those cars are up over the top of the hill. So it's going to be sometime this lap, maybe even over by Bob if they catch those slower cars at the speeds they're moving. Bowden now looks like he's opened up about a 6 car length lead over Tim Kesman as they go by me. It's 8 tenths of a second. The first lead we've seen today for Bowden. As they head down to turn number 1, it is still Mark Bowden, with about a 5-car length lead over Tim Kesman now. As they head up towards turn number 2, there's 4 cars now that have just gone around 2. There's a 5th car, there's Bowden. So actually 6 cars, they get around a slower car. Kesman now gets around that first slower car as they come up to Bob. A lot of traffic, Bob.
All right, Mike, yeah, there is a lot of traffic, and they are facing a whole bunch of traffic. Both flashing headlights right now. Both tucked in between two slower cars. Kesman is stuck back behind the slower car. He now goes driver's left as both goes driver's left around the slower car. They're both under the bridge, Tim, but there's still quite the traffic that's coming to you.
Yep, they are on their way over here right now. It's number 31. And it's looking like Kesman's not stuck behind some traffic. He got separated. And not sure how we feel about that. Probably pretty off right now as they're getting ready to go in that little stretch between turn number 8 and the carousel line.
All right, as they go to the carousel. Now Bowden now has got 3 cars right in front of him. Well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, yep. 3 in front of him, he's got to get around. Kesman now gets around that other car, so he's now about 8 car lengths behind Bowden, but nobody in between him. Now, Bowden going to driver's left, gets around one of the other slower cars. Here comes Kesman out of the King. As they come down through Kettle Bottoms, Bowden trying to get around those slower cars. He goes to driver's right, he clears another one, but he's got one in front of him yet. Catching the Canada corner. Kesman getting by that other car also. They're in Canada corner now. Bowden's behind. There's one guy between him and Kesman. Kesman 2 cars off, or 2 tires off in the dirt. Back on the track, did not lose anything really. As Mike Bowden now comes through 13. He's got one more car to get around. And he finally gets around him. Now he's got another car about a quarter mile ahead of him. Kesman now has 2 cars he's got to get around to catch back up to Mark Bowden. So as they come up the hill, we've got 3 laps to go. It'll be 2 when Mark Bowden crosses the line. And the 32 car is what is in the way now of Bowden. Kesman finally clears those other 2 cars. He is down 1.7 seconds. He lost almost a full second that last lap to Mark Bowden. They go down to 1. Bowden gets around to 32. Kesman now coming up on the 32. He will probably catch him right around turn 2. Bowden comes around turn 2, and again, there's 4 more slower cars that are coming up under the Sargento Bridge. Here comes Bowden. They are in front of him. Kesman still got to catch that 32. Finally does. Trying to get around him. Bob, coming to you.
All right, if you're watching for Bowden and Kesman to come over the hill, here they come. And they have, as you mentioned, those 2 slower cars are duking it out. I don't think they are aware that they've got behind them their overall leader, as Mark Bowden is going to be coming up to them as he's probably Kesman is about 10 car lengths back right now. So that overall leader battle seems to be deteriorating a little bit. Tim, what do you think?
Mark Bowden's got about 10 car lengths in front of him before he runs into slower traffic. I did notice one of these in 1 car has this rubber flying in her in. One in the straight lane there. Pretty cool Mark Bowden taking that traffic right as they're making their way to the carousel right now.
All right, well, Bowden's getting around him. Kesman is catching him all in the wrong places. And it looks like Kesman is going to be dropping back even more. All right, this time around it was 1.7 seconds. We'll check it when they cross the flag this time around. And, of course, when Bowden comes to the start-finish line, he will see the white flag and we will be on the last lap. Going through Kettle Bottoms. Here comes Mark Bowden. He's got 3 cars in front of him. Now, here comes Kesman now. As Kesman is finally clear all that traffic. Side-by-side action right in front of Bowden at Canada corner. It's blocking Bowden from moving anywhere. Here comes Kesman now. He is on about 6 car lengths back. Coming around turn number 13. Again, those cars in front of him are fighting for a position. Now they move over, opening up the outside for they're side-by-side again, keeping Bowden back. There's 4 cars in front of him. Bowden now trying to make the move to get around him. Here comes Kesman. As they come up the hill, Kesman and Bowden go to driver's right. Right flag is out. Car crossing the line. Tim Kesman has gotten around Mark Burden. Tim Kesman back in front. Mark Burden in third. Garrett Burden only 1.5 seconds back. He is back in the race here and back in the battle for the win. Race leader, Tim Kesman now. About a car length advantage, running around turn number 1. Burden pedaling his you-know-what off as he is trying to get back in front of Tim Kesman. They come down to turn number 2. It is Tim Kesman in the lead. Mark Burden about a car length behind him. They clear turn number 2. Again, traffic up in front of him. They will catch him somewhere over around the carousel. Now they're coming to you, Kesman in the lead.
All right, as we're looking for our overall leader, Tim Kesman, coming through in 140 miles an hour. There he is. Mark Moser, driver's left. Moser's got the inside line on this. Kesman doesn't realize Moser's there. He goes off track, and Moser takes the lead again. Kesman comes back on track, and he's about 2 car lengths back, and they go onto the Corvette Bridge and over to Tim. Tim, it's a barn burner, buddy.
Gee, Bob, you think Burden wants this race or not?
Yeah, I would think so. He did a great maneuver inside pass with the apex of 5.
I saw that, man. That was a gutsy move, and he made it stick as they are now going down into the carousel. And let's see, there is Mark Bird. About 2 car lengths back is Kesman. Kesman, he is not a happy camper. He is now trying to close in on Bird. About a car length and a half separating them as they come down into the King. Yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3 cars ahead of him yet. Now, here is Bird. There's Kesman, about a car length and a half back, if that much. They've got 3 cars that they will probably catch before the start finish line. Bird still has the lead over Kesman going down into Canada corner. There's other 3 cars. They clear the corner. There is Bird. They make sure he cuts that apex tight. And he's got Kesman right on his rear bumper now. It's less than a car length as they go through the Bill Mitchell bend over to turn number 13. Mark Bird holding on to that top spot. He takes Kesman right behind him. As they come out, Kesman looks to drive his right, cannot make the move. Burden slams the door at 14. They are on the back or the front stretch now for the final time. They're coming up the hill. It is Mark Bird with Tim Kesman right behind him. The other cars are there. Burden on driver's right. He will win by about 2 car lengths over Kesman. And again, they caught the traffic at the top of the hill on the straightaway, not allowing Kesman to drag race Burden for the win. So Mark Burden takes it here on Sunday. Tim Kesman comes in second, and Joe Burden will finish third. All I can say, Bob, is wow, what a race between those 2 guys.
Yeah, it was, and we knew that was going to happen from the get-go. But man, oh man, they delivered with the it might be a barn burner. Tim, you still with us there, buddy?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
No.
I can. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but
That's
from your standpoint, buddy, from your standpoint, Tim, you saw an awful lot of action coming out of the Corvette Bridge and into 6. A lot of passing, a lot of close racing. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, this afternoon, I have seen a lot, especially with this race, coming out of Corvette Bridge. I don't start seeing the cars until, because there's a tree right my way. I can see the Corvette Bridge, then there's a tree, and then there's the end of the Jersey barrier. When I'm seeing them coming too wide around the turn, that's when I know crap's getting real, and they mean business. Because when they're coming around, they were still too wide, and I think my mic crapped out or something like that. But they were too wide coming down around into turn number 7, and it's like they well and done it. And then this last time, right before the white flag was on, you said about being a barn burner. They were really fighting to keep it together, and it was 2 to 3 car lengths difference between those 2, and they were all free to get down there. But then Mike said they run into some traffic at the top of the hill coming up. Mike?
Well, I'll tell you, traffic is always part of the game here, and it definitely came into play, and it helped Mark Burden. But I'll tell you, even though slow down Kesman, Kesman is that good of a driver where he made that back up, took the lead. One little mistake there at turn 5 cost him the win. All right, let's move on to our next race.